Hi guys, it's Fentony. This is going to be my top 10 reunions for Season 7. I just want to thank you and welcome all the new subscribers. My last video was insane. It's sitting at 9,500 views, which is incredible for me. Just a quick spoiler warning before we begin. Number 10, Jon Snow and Samwell Tarly. I have always loved the relationship of Jon and Sam. At the start, Sam was, when he joined the Night's Watch, he was pathetic. He was a coward, he was useless, he was getting picked on, but then Jon stood up for him. And it really cost Jon. Rast and Alistair Thorne got on Jon's back for defending Sam. But Jon stood by his friend. I know the Night's Watch are like brothers, but really, Jon and Sam, they might not share blood, but they really are brothers. Jon and Sam have not seen each other since Season 5. And Sam does not know that Jon was killed by the Night's Watch. At the moment, Sam is currently at the Citadel, training to become a maester, and Jon is in Winterfell, ruling the North. So when they meet, it's going to be a big shock for Sam to see his friend is now king. I can imagine Sam sitting there in the library, and the maester tells him, Jon Snow is now king in the North. Can't wait to see Sam's face. Number 9, Jon Snow and Tyrion Lannister. These two were always the outcasts of their families, and they shared a really good scene in Season 1, when Jon was wanting to join the Night's Watch, and Tyrion was trying to tell him it's not what he thinks it is. I do expect Tyrion to play a massive role in forging an alliance between Daenerys and Jon, and I expect Tyrion to tell Daenerys that he's never seen a White Walker, but he trusts Jon Snow. They've not seen each other since Season 1, and I really enjoyed the scene when Tyrion is urinating off the wall and Jon shakes his hand. We know they'll meet again. Number 8, Tyrion Lannister and Cersei Lannister. Well, what can you say about this? Cersei may be queen, and she's got other problems at the moment, but she would still love to get Tyrion's head. She still blames him for Joffrey's death, and he killed their father. I can see it like this. When Daenerys and Cersei first meet, Tyrion's at her side, and Cersei's face. She's not going to be happy. The last time these met, it was Season 4, right? I always enjoyed the scenes in Season 2 between Cersei and Tyrion. I don't think we'll get that much between them in Season 7, but what we do get, it's going to be good. Perhaps Tyrion's famous new line that's meant to be the best in the season has something to do with Cersei. Number 7, Tyrion and Jaime. This one's similar to Cersei, but it's different. Remember, Jaime told Bronn he's going to kill Tyrion because he killed their father. I don't think Jaime really meant it. I can imagine he's still angry at his brother. And Jaime stuck his neck out and put his own life on the line to save his brother. Going back to that meeting that's going to happen, you've got Jaime and Cersei in one side, and then you're going to have Tyrion and Daenerys on the other. The two Lannister brothers serving different queens. I expect them to share another moment in private, perhaps another brotherly hug. I'd love to see that. And let's get them together with Bronn. The last time Jaime saw his brother was Season 4. And I hope we get a few good scenes with them. Number 6, Daenerys Targaryen and Jorah Mormont. Jorah's been loyal to Dany for a long time. You can't say it was at this moment really, because in the middle part of Season 1, he started, developing feelings for her. But then, by the time we get to the end of the season, when our dragons are born, there's no questioning Jorah's loyalty. And he sticks by her all the way to Season 4, when she banishes him. He comes back, she tells him to leave, he comes back and saves her at the grand opening of the fighting pits, and then he comes to save her again in the Dothraki Sacred City. But then he shows her the grayscale, and that's when the tears start flowing. There's lots of talk about Jorah getting cured at the Citadel, so expect Jorah and Daenerys to meet up in Season 7, and he should have a place on her team, because she did tell him she wants him back on her side when she takes the Seven Kingdoms. Number 5, Sansa Stark and Tyrion Lannister. These two had very different childhoods. Sansa had, a very comfortable childhood, and Tyrion, you know what his childhood was like. But once Sansa got stuck in King's Landing with the Lannisters, she became an outcast. And Tyrion, being an outcast himself, these two started developing, a good friendship. Tyrion would stick up for her and save her from Joffrey. And the last thing these two expected was they were getting married. They never had a sexual relationship. There was no romantic feelings really, but they did care about each other in a way. we didn't see them together for long because, you know, they got married in what? Season 3, episode 7, 8? That time? And then, obviously, Joffrey dies in Season 4, episode 2, so Sansa leaves and, of course, Tyrion is blamed. I'm not 100% sure if these two will meet again in Season 7. They might hold it off to Season 8, but they will definitely be back on screen together. Number 4, Sansa and Arya Stark. The two Stark sisters have a fantastic relationship. Like in Season 1, they're always fighting. Like Sansa realizes that she was horrible to Arya, and Arya realizes she was the same. And it's been what? Season 1, episode 8, wasn't it, the last time they seen each other? Arya seen her in episode 9 when Ned was beheaded, but that doesn't count. And they've been on very different paths. Like Arya escaped the Lannisters, and then becoming a faceless man. And Sansa, who never escaped till Season 4, became more of a political power. So these two, together, that's going to be a powerful team. The actors that play Sansa and Arya are really close in real life, so I'm sure the relationship on screen is going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect in the sense of, oh, we love each other now, best sisters, but don't expect these two to have any major fights. Number 3, Bran Stark and Jon Snow. Really, this reunion is all about R plus L equals J. Bran holds the truth about who Jon Snow really is, and we just can't wait for Jon to find out. I kinda expect Bran to go to Winterfell when Jon is leaving, so they're gonna miss each other. And maybe Bran will use the Weirwood tree in the Godswood at Winterfell, and maybe find out that Jon's father is Rhaegar. Perhaps we get a vision of the flashback to the tourney at Harrenhal, and maybe of the Tower of Joy when Rhaegar leaves Lyanna so he can go fight at the Trident. Bran's seen Jon from afar, but Jon's never seen Bran since Season 1. I really hope that Bran asks about Rickon. I want Bran to ask about him and Jon has to break the news about Rickon's death. And technically he is the heir to Winterfell, but I think his role as the Free-Eyed Raven is more important to him. Like, don't expect Bran to come home, then all the lords go, oh, he's Ned Stark's eldest son, who's legitimate, he should be king. Expect Bran to go, nope, Jon's the king, I'm the Free-Eyed Raven. Number 2, Arya Stark and Sandor Clegane, the Hound. I've always loved the scenes these two shared together. Arya in Season 4 with the Hound, that's Arya's best time. Then they start to grow on each other. Got this weird friendship going on. Especially when Brienne comes and is like, oh, I'll take Arya, and he's like, oh, can you protect her? All her family are dead, you failed Catelyn. But then Arya leaves the Hound to die, and he did beg for death, and she refused. So expect him to come back, say a few bad words to her, but ultimately, I think he'll forgive her, and kinda she'll forgive him. So don't expect him really to be back on the list. Like, Arya changed the Hound, big time, and now he's fighting for good. I can't remember your name, I'm sorry, but the guy in the comments, or girl, who said that when the Hound arrives at Winterfell, Sansa's going to order him to have a bath. I can just imagine Arya in the background doing that laugh when she's told Lysa was killed. That's a great comment, and that's what I want to see. And number 1, Jon Snow and Arya Stark. Like, we've been told that Sansa mistreated Jon in a way. She was never like, he's a bastard. But Arya always saw him as a brother, and I can't wait for them to meet again. When last these two were together, Jon gave her needle, and she's always kept that by her side. And I think it's more than just a sword to her. It's like, my brother gave me this. I can't wait for a Jon and Arya hug, just like in Season 1. It's not going to be all best siblings forever though. I think Jon's like, when it comes to the Great War, he's like, Arya, you're not fighting. I don't want to see you get hurt. But then Arya's a badass and she'll tell him, I've been trained, so I'll be fighting. Perhaps Arya might have a Éowyn moment, so maybe Arya might go into battle disguised, wearing someone's face, and Arya saves Jon's life. Yes, I love it. So yeah, that's my top 10 reunions that I want to see in Season 7. Be sure to let me know who you want to see meet back up in the comments below. I would appreciate it if you'd like this video, subscribe to stay up to date, and check out these 2 videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.